Just a few years ago, Macy's was in trouble, facing slumping sales and earnings. But thanks to its shift towards a bigger online shopping presence, it's turned its fortunes around. The U.S. retailer beat first quarter forecasts with profit hitting $136 million or 44 cents per share. Revenue came in just short of expectations at $5.5 billion. But despite Macy's earnings beat, the wider U.S. retail industry is still feeling the pinch. That's after the country's overall retail sales unexpectedly fell in April, shedding 0.2%, according to the Commerce Department. They were mostly weighed down by weak auto and buildings materials sales. Taking a wider view, 7 out of 13 major retail categories also dipped lower, including clothing, healthcare, electronics, and appliances. Well, new consumer trends are changing the retail sector. A growing number of buyers and investors are demanding sustainable practices from all retailers. For a closer look at that shift, I spoke with Marjorie Yang. She's chairman at the Esquel Group, a high-end shirt manufacturer that focuses on sustainability. Some of its clients include Amazon, Nike, and Ralph Lauren. And I began by asking Marjorie about the ongoing transformation of the industry.
I think the future of retail is going to be very much affected by technology and e-commerce, of course, but it's the ability to understand what a consumer needs, therefore better predicting and therefore reducing the wastage. A lot of the wastage in the supply chain comes from the failure of understanding exactly what you want. Therefore, we make things that have to be written down, and that hurts our customer. We are making that. Now, if we can combine our efforts to reduce the lead time, to have more agility, to understand the consumer better, and this is all happening. This is all happening as we speak. That will fundamentally reduce a lot of the wastage, and that's how we can continue to provide a consumer with products. Now, of course, you say, well, maybe we just, in order to tackle climate change, we should just all stop consuming. I don't think that is feasible. I think human nature, we still like excitement, and we still like to change, have fashion. So it's a question of how to deliver that more effectively, efficiently, without wastage.
And even sustainability itself could always do with an upgrade. You've talked about the Sustainable Model 2.0. Help us understand what that means and how you see it playing out.
I feel that I think we've done a lot, particularly, for example, in China. Our company started 41 years ago, at the time of the economic reform. And tremendous difference in the standard of living of the general population. But we also see that in this process, we have the environment has suffered. And now we also see a wealth gap. And we must address these two problems. And we have the opportunity because we are a company that touches a lot of people who are not as fortunate as many of us who have had the opportunity for an education. So we have an opportunity to use our company as a platform, not only to use resource more effectively, more efficiently, thereby addressing the climate issue, but also to raise the quality of life of all our workers through learning to manage better, using their time better, and connecting them with technology.
Now, it can be hard because a lot of investors and shareholders, when they think of sort of doing well for the environment, they're really more focused on the bottom line. But it seems like, at least in your case, you're talking about this greater responsibility of the environment, of making sure that you're sort of addressing the wealth gap and trying to grow a company while also balancing sustainability. How are you able to juggle that? What's that journey been like?
Well, I don't do things that is going to deteriorate our corporate competitiveness. everything in my strategy for the company enhances our competitiveness. I think when you use resource more effectively, more efficiently, you're actually reducing your cost. When you're raising the productivity of the workers, you're not just paying them more money. Actually, you're raising the quality of their work. You're serving the customer better, and all that enhances our competitiveness. Now, of course, we're very fortunate. We're a private company, so we don't have to answer to quarterly results. What we try to do takes time. It takes time to to groom a generation of younger leaders, to transition and empower them and hand over. Because young people, no matter how smart they are, sometimes lack the experience. And they are not going to be able to deliver results tomorrow. One needs to give them an opportunity to make mistakes, to learn from those mistakes. And sometimes public companies, listed companies, do not have the luxury, whereas a private company can look at a longer horizon. And so I guarantee you, what I try to do is not giving money away. We're not a charity. We are a for-profit company. We have to compete in a very, very tough market. Our customer is not going to let us get away with just saying that, oh, we're doing this because it's good for society, and therefore we're going to charge you more. They can't afford that. We cannot afford that. And in fact, what I try to promote, and within our own company, we say we've got to make money if we really truly believe that this is something we want to do. We've got to also make sure that the company is making good money so that others will see that this is a profitable endeavor and not just a luxury only a few companies can afford.